So, you guys, sorry I had to start another live stream because the one that I programmed, actually, the one that was set up. I don't know why it was like sideways, the camera, and I couldn't like flip it. I couldn't put it like this. So yeah, I decided to start it all over. Yeah, I was on my side. Yes. Oh my! I don't know. Maybe I touched the phone and it understood that it was like sideways. This is my last incense cone, so I will have to get another one. I was very lucky to have plenty for last year, but now it's over, so I have to buy it again. I'm deciding what I'm going to buy. If I'm going to buy incense stick or Palo Santo sticks again, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. How are you guys? How are you guys? Are they expensive? Sorry, I have to. You remind me, Yashoda. Um, I have to get my tablet. Wait. I know this is like the tiniest letter in this tablet, but at least I am closer to the. I was reading from there, and I was like, I cannot see it. Oh. Yeah, the weather so far is cold. It's colder than the usual days. Like it's not raining. I believe that last night it wanted to rain. It rained for half an hour, but it was not that strong of a rain. Um, so yeah. But no, the remodelation is not. It's not over because first they are focusing on building the the pillars the pillars of cement, so they have to build with this metal kind of like wires or sticks, I don't know. They have to do like the skeleton of it, and then they have to fill it with concrete. So they are focusing on that. Then they have to like um, start building the walls so they can put a window and a door on that side, so they can close and finally work on the ceiling and change the direction of the ceiling. And also the ceiling was very old, so they were on Monday. It was so loud because they were like crashing everything like on the ceiling. It was so loud. It was very loud. But yeah, they're this is why I want to let you know, guys, that probably since I know more people are going to come to work on Sunday and Saturday for the remodelation, and it's going to be very loud. I will not be able to do the live stream. I was thinking that maybe I will do the live stream on Friday. I will postpone. I will do the live stream on Friday, so I make sure that we don't lose a day. Especially because I wanted to try, that I told you that I had this idea of doing like K-pop and counseling and just trying to introduce some subjects so we can talk a bit about it. And I was thinking that on Friday, I would want to, I will create a community post, and then you guys can leave, something that you want to work on, or that you want to sort of, be mentioned, or, open a conversation about a specific subject in K-pop, or the Korean industry, or entertainment. Um, so So yeah, I was thinking about doing that on Friday. I'm going to choose to just to start. I'm going to choose three subjects, and then probably I'm going to pull cards if there's something to talk about, or if there's another Pisces idols, or if there's something new. I'm going to read about that. But also, I want to start with the counseling series. So yeah, I'm going to do it on this Friday. On this Friday, I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to choose three. So you can leave in the comment section your ideas. Of course, I'm going to pick the ones that I believe that is going to benefit the most of us as community, not based on a particular like, oh, I have this perception that this is going on. I want to know. No, it has to be something that it involves all of us. He's in full. Yeah, maybe you need reading glasses. Yeah, maybe I should. Yes. Is it going to be a Spanish stream? No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I have a lot of tarot decks. I believe I have that now that I'm moving stuff around, I'm noticing that I don't have the space for storing all my decks. The ones that are the most difficult to store or to put on a shelf are the ones that are in bags. The ones that I keep like this are so difficult to pile, to order, because they always fall. I believe I have like 60, 60, including oracles. I believe I have 60 so far, 60 decks. And it's a lot. And I don't need any more. And I plan on not buying anymore, because I have a lot. So, and I usually always go for the same ones. So yeah, it's not fair, and it's not wise. Also, it's a waste of money and space, because then when you need to save them, or you need to put them somewhere, keep them somewhere, you realize that there's not enough boxes or drawers, or um, you know um, bookshelves to put everything on there. So how are you guys? Remember that today is the personality readings. There's a lot of Japanese people in the list. Not a lot, but there's some. Oh my. I don't know if that's the correct spelling of this. Ah, sometimes I cannot understand my own handwriting, and it makes me nervous. Now I understand what people feel when they have to read my handwriting, and I'm like, oh, it's so easy. Surviving. Hey, Catalina. I'm doing from Saudi Arabia, so I just broke my fast and I'm experiencing food coma. Oh no. Food is extra good after not eating for a while. Oh yes, I'm sure. The feeling. Yeah, that's what I knew. It wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't a Y, it was a U. Yonesu. Let's see if I can modify this. No, I cannot. But well, you understand me. It's Yonesu, not Y. I don't know why I wanted to specify, like I wanted to write on the last letter that it was a U, but it started looking like a Y. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like everything that is going on in the Korean entertainment, I don't know to what ethnicity my what, like if I'm like, should I stop reading for Korean entertainment? I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, ah. But I know that every culture has their thing, has their, even in my culture, in Latin culture, in all the cultures, in all times in history, we had scandals, we had things, we had, but me personally, I'm like, we should advance to to other subjects. We should advance to other, yeah, like I'm not surprised, honestly, guys. Like, of course that I'm saying I'm not surprised about, the exposure, the scandal, people talking, people going crazy in the comment section, and just people, commenting. And I think that also is, I think that it would be very, very wise to also wait for the justice, wait for, for what the authorities are going to say about this. Because, like, I know there's evidence and everything, but I want the real, like, I really want the two sides of the story. I want the whole, like, I'm still shook at what happened to that actor, that also he decided to end his life. I don't remember his name, but I remember him, um, passing, and that also was so unfortunate how they, you know, how he made the decision, the drastic decision. And I don't know. I think that we should. I want the other half. Like, I want this person to speak up, tell their side. I don't know, but I don't want the netizens tell me how I should feel about a certain thing. I want the justice. I want the authorities. Like, I want the people involved that are present to give the statement or say yes, no. Of course, some when it comes to these kind of scandals, there could be a denial, but I want justice. Like, I want the justice to get involved if this is possible, or I don't know. I'm watching the lynch mob grow bigger. I always known that kings can become beggars and beggars kings overnight, but this something, yeah, yeah. The first thing that I'm going to apply for my channel, that I have been applying to this, but this is why my channel is not that popular, because I sometimes I refuse to read about certain ships, certain co-stars that people are like going crazy. Like, even if the K-drama is over, they're still shipping people. And I think that after all of these, I also think that I don't know how I feel about reading for actors anymore. I'm like, but if there's a ship going, or if there's like a hot new couple, new co-stars, I will not read for that people ever again. Like, I'm sorry if it's like the hottest on the media, the hottest series, all the chemistry is so amazing. I'm not reading for those anymore. And if I'm not aware that, if someone asks me for a specific tool and is in the purpose is shipping, and if I'm not aware that is because of a potential ship, if you guys can educate me and be like, Vanessa, actually, these are being shipped, so I will stop, because I don't want that kind of content in my channel. Then, I don't. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Hello, Alexis. Yeah, karma will always catch up. Yeah, yeah. I said that once. I said that once, that I don't like to read for actors. I don't know why. I feel about actresses. I don't know, because about actresses, about the female in the industry in general, I feel very sad for them. Honestly, um, I feel very sad for them, because they definitely have to hash a lot of things. And but for actor, it's always like, they're always, the readings is all about projects, new movie, new possibility. They're never like that invested in, like, oh, because my co-star is my best friend. And no, they already moved on. They already are thinking about the next big thing, you know. um and that's okay, because it's a job. is a job. It's just that sometimes, this is the thing that we have to always remember for any kind of celebrity or any kind of person that delivers a show for us, is that what they do for a living, what these people do for a living is pretending, is lying, is pretending to be someone else. So never forget that. And then if you like, if you admire them, if you are fans, I understand, because I'm also a fan. But I don't know, after what happened with Dale, I never wanted to mention him again, because even his name, it gives me like, I remember in Gemini season last year, I read for him and he got such a positive cards for his reading about him getting what he wanted. I never got the creep vibes. I never got that something was wrong. And sometimes, I mean, I'm just reading cards. I'm not a psychic, of course, that it's not my responsibility. Also about people suggesting certain readings for people. I read because there's people that are asking the readings. And I think that this is also goes for for other tarot readers that they're being asked to read about certain people. That it's not that we come up with the idea of like, oh, I want to read for this person. No, you guys are the ones that bring the suggestion. So we don't have, like, we of course have the responsibility as communicators. I had a reading. I know someone was asking, where is the reading that I had for, I did read for this girl, for Kim Seron, and this man, the actor, because there were some pics leaking about the two of them together, and I did delete that reading because of, out of respect for her, because she was just, it was announced that she passed, that she passed away. And for me personally, I felt so bad that she had to take that drastic decision, and that we never know, what is going on inside of them. We don't know them. So I was like, no, for respect for her and her memory, like, I like, no, I personally, I deleted it, because I want her soul to rest. Of course, that when I read for her, it was the beginning of last year. I didn't know, how things would develop in the future. I didn't actually, like, I remember in the reading, the card that I got as an advice between the two of them was the death card. And that's one of the reasons why I also eliminated the reading, because I don't want people to rewatch that and be like, oh, the death card came up, and and this is why, she's no longer with us, because the death card at the end, it showed that, that death, and no, death is not literally like you're going to die. No. It was like, for me, it was like an ending of, like, there was no way they were going to get back to be what they used to be, you know. In my reading, I didn't see it like, I said friendship. I didn't see it like romantic relationship. I said friendship. I remember I said friendship. But now, people are saying, or what is being commented allegedly, is that they had been in a relationship for a lot of years. So I don't know. I'm like so sorry for her. As a woman, I resonate so much with her and with all the women in the industry that have been treated unfairly. That I think that everyone is guilty. What can I say? I think that no one helped this woman. We all let her down. Like, I mean, I don't know who me from Argentina, and I wouldn't be able to help her. But I'm like, everyone around her, every responsible adult in her life, which I doubt that she had like responsible adults around her, because I'm like, how come no one, like maybe she had one or two, but you know, there's a certain moment, especially if she was exposed to fame from a very young age, that, you know, maybe she wanted to make her own decisions, she wanted to have independency, maybe she was doing well financially as well. But you know, as I always say, sometimes when you are, you know, at the top, everyone is your friend, but when you are at your lowest, everyone disappears. And I remember people being so mean to her online. I remember people being so mean to her online. And after she passed, everyone was a fan of hers. And I don't remember seeing people being like, oh, I am a fan of hers. No one said anything. Did you hear the news about he didn't go to his hearing? I used to love this man, and now I'm disgusted beyond myself. Yeah. Yeah, I believe he claimed that he had health issues. Disgusting. I understand totally. That's how I feel. Like every time I read his name, I have this miserable reaction. It's just that Tail was always in the back. Tail was always in the back. There's one thing that we cannot be like, oh, because he was like the most famous out of all of them, or the most charismatic. No, he was always in the back. And you know, we used to feel so, we used to be such a defenders of Tail, because we were like, you know, he's so talented and you never gave him enough screen time, you know, and we, all the fandom, we were like babying him, or, you know, trying to be protective of him. And look what the guy was doing in his free time. If he was becoming an alcoholic or losing himself or something was off. Yeah. I was very disturbed when it was a sign of desperation. I wish I wasn't so blinded by his voice. It was a harsh awakening for me personally, and to take a step back from K-pop. Yes. Yeah, she was a minor as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my. Yeah, we love his voice, definitely. Yes. He seemed, yeah, he seemed kind because he was sort of like in there, like just not, not, you know. But it's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. But I believe that we have to be patient. I believe that maybe there's another side that we still don't know. And, we shouldn't be judging so severely something that we don't know. Because let's remember that this is the entertainment industry. So probably more proof, more, I don't know, conversations, I don't know, more things are going to start to come up. So, and I'm sure because of I'm not sure actually, but I remember I read for him and in his reading for 2025, He did get the Handman. So, with that major arcana, I would advise him to not move. Just don't move. Don't move because you're going to mess everything. So stay in there. Wait. Stay in there and let's hope justice gets. I don't remember seeing that he got the card of justice in the reading. He got the card of judgment. So yeah, definitely. And there's some, I was rewatching the reading that I did on him for 2025, and I said a phrase that actually that's the feeling that I got while I was reading for him in that video, that I was like, the past is coming back. That's a phrase that I repeated while I was interpreting the cards. And it was like this, it wasn't in the cards, it was like a voice that I had in my mind. And it was like, the past is coming back. And yeah, the past is coming back. So let's see. Let's see. The funny, like the one that I'm like, why did I see that, is the one for romance. That I do have a TikTok. I do have a TikTok video of that reading of romance in 2025 for him. And he got very successful cards. He got the Empress, he got the Ace of Pentacles, he got the King of Wands. So I was like, oh my God, what is he going to be doing that he's going to be so successful? Look what is going on. And people are laughing out loud, of course. People are writing in the comments like, lol, like you definitely missed a mark in here with the reading. But it was the romantic side for 2025. So, maybe I got these positive cards for his romantic life, because maybe in romance, the guy is going to be a champion. And besides, him getting all this hate or this criticism, maybe in his love life or in his dating life, he's going to do very well and he's going to be treated like a king. Because, people are all about appearances. So, maybe the guy is going to do very well in romance, despite of having a controversy. Who knows? So I will stand with the reading. I will defend the reading until I don't know. I mean, I don't know about his love life, but he got very good cards in that aspect. So, maybe he's really successful in that aspect, with his, with his charisma, with his looks, and he feels confident. And maybe he has people like that are really into him and they really want to be part of his life and they really want to seduce him and being with him, because he's a man. So of course that men get, yeah, they're all humans after all. They all have their flaws and vices. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also get that, Charlino. The ant. The ant is giving me very wrong vibes. Like, I'm like, you're speaking up now? Really? Oh my, like, because the moment that they started like, oh, because she was dating him when she was 15, like, I will turn to look at all the adults in her life, like, what is going, why did you allow this to happen? Like, if you share that so openly, also be ready to take responsibility, because I will be looking at her family. First of all, like, I'm one of the things that I'm also very like suspicious about is what kind of lifestyle this girl had, because I know she was a child actress and I know that she was great, she was known, she was successful. So not all the time, but usually it happens that when these child actors or actresses, when they become very famous and, you know, they start maybe, you know, having a salary or just, you know, being able to, you know, get paid, have their first job, even if they are very young, usually like families absorb all of that for the children. You know, the children are used to working and they love it because, you know, for them it's like role playing, for them it's like playing. But usually child actors, they do have this, that the family depends on them. You know, it's like, you know, I am the provider of my family, or I am the successful one in my family, or I am, you know. So I wonder if that also, if that was the case, you know, if this sort of exposure to fame in very early stages of her life, it also, if it sort of messed up also with her self-esteem, you know, when she had this issue, when she has this DUI, I believe, when she had this cancellation, like, of course, someone that probably had been working so hard or had been doing well, you know, all of a sudden seeing your your life or your reputation fall apart, you know, it's so, it's not easy to recover from that. And if you feel the responsibility, like, you know, I cannot be a burden for my family because I always provide for my family, or I always pay the doubts in my family, or my family relies on me, or I am the one, you know, that brings the money, like, um I wonder what was going on in her mind, because um it's, for her to make that decision, it must have been the accumulation of a lot of factors. Like, I believe, I don't know her, I don't claim I know these people, but, you know, she must have been, you know, feeling the pressure, you know, a lot of things adding up or piling up on her. Obviously, not having the support, not having help, not having someone to talk to. Because I believe that this is not just about money, like help me, you know, with my debt. It's more like a cry for help. It's like, help me as a human, you know, I'm falling apart internally. Mm, yeah. Mm-hmm. In the Korean industry, they get dumped faster than they blink. They can blink. Anyone else in that industry aligning with him will also fall. Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's just started. It's just started. It's just started. Mm. But I remember people were awful with her. I remember it. Like, this is why I'm like, people are so, like, like, people on the internet, they also lie to themselves. You know, they don't acknowledge, like, oh yeah, you know, there was a lot of people talking bad about her. Like, it was non-stop. Like, I swear I never seen someone being like, I am her fan, I will support her till the end. I didn't see anyone. But I guess it's because they're women. They're women in the industry. They don't get that unconditional support. They don't get that unconditional support. I also seen it for the actress, for Han So-hee. After this happened, with Hyeri's eggs and everything, like, people were going, until this day, I believe, that they are going after her. And she has been, here and there, trying to come back, but I can see, I sense the animosity. Like, people don't like her. They already made up their mind. Oh, she's awful. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. But when he's an actor, when he's a model, or when he's a singer, everyone is like, oh, well, he came back. Oh, yeah, he made a mistake in the past, but he came back. But a woman cannot make a comeback. Yes, they judge her harshly due to her due, and she has been working hard to make up for her mistakes. Yeah. And also, she was so young. She was so young. In this, I was like, okay, like, this has been a girl that she had been surrounded by adults in this industry that is so competitive, that is all about images, that is all about acting and just being popular. So when suddenly maybe reality hit her, about what happened, um like, I was like, who was there for her? Who was there to guide her, to give her a piece of advice? Because it's much more than money. It's much more than being like, I'm going to pay the debt for you and everything is going to go back to normal. No, she needed um another kind of help, or another kind of support. Like, why was she drunk when she was driving? Like, is this common in her? This happened once. Was she coming back from a party? um like, I don't know, maybe she was so lonely. um And also, if you think that she grew up under the spotlight, there's this feeling of also maybe her thinking or seeing herself that she was mature. Well, maybe, she was just being a woman of her age, and maybe, yeah, having, some decisions that, yeah, they had their consequences and everything. But it's like everything is a sign. When someone starts, like, we've seen it with both pop stars. We've seen it with Britney. I seen it with Britney, when she had these very nasty encounters with the paparazzis, and the paparazzis being like, she's a bad mother because she's holding her child, while she's driving in the front seat, and she's a bad mother because she almost dropped the baby. And this was a girl that she was just learning to be a human, a mother, a woman, and also in front of the camera. So everyone being like obsessed with her, following her around. I don't know, guys. It's just that being a woman is so complex, and I cannot imagine if you have to do it in front of a camera, where people expect you to be perfect all the time. And the moment you show them that you have a little bit of vulnerability, or you have a weakness, or you maybe didn't make the best decision, it's like, do they give you the second chance that they give others? Mm. Uh-uh. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that, Yashoda. I didn't know that. She was called ugly even though she was a star. Oh my God. Yeah, Disney stars growing up. Mm-hmm. There was another actor from the same agency with her during the accident. Ah, it's coming back out now. They say, okay, for him and make her take the fall. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, yeah. Because for me, it's like, where were the adults? You know, like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to make this live stream all about this, because we can continue talking about this maybe on Friday. When I do this, counseling side, we can, focus maybe on this. It would be nice if one of you would try to maybe formulate this subject or matter in a global way, so we can, yeah, talk about this, but not focus on this. That is something that is going on at the moment. So, we should wait. But it's like, I don't know, guys. Maybe it's because I'm seeing it from the point that now that I'm doing, I'm studying, family constellations. And yesterday I had a very touching and moving class, about the inner child, um, and also about self-esteem, and how sometimes, things, words that had been said to us when we were little, when we were children, they get stuck with us, and we carry this like a wound, and we take this into adulthood, and it's like every time someone says something, that we think like, oh, it's negative, or you're talking bad about me, or like it opens up this wound that actually, like, you are carrying this from, I don't know, someone called you ugly, when you were 7 years old, and those words get stuck in your mind. So for me, I don't only see her like an actress, or like, oh, she was dating this guy or the other guy. Like, I'm looking at her, because unfortunately she's not here to defend herself. So, but I'm like, all these people that are talking on her behalf, I'm like, where were you then? Who was her system of support? And if they come up and they say, look, we tried to help her, we did our best, we were there for her until the last moment, then I will understand. I will be like, okay, she had friends, she had this person, she had this other person. Okay, I guess, you know um she wasn't that lonely. But usually when these people are gone like this, there's this sense not only of desperation, but there's also this isolation, like they it's not about being left alone physically, because they can have a lot of people around them and still feel miserable. But I often wonder about, um, if maybe she was carrying with too much responsibility for a young person. Not only the debt. The debt was like a symbol. The debt, what she had to pay, that she couldn't pay, it was a symbol. It was like a symbol in there. It was like, a symptom of something, like, oh, I have to pay this, or I have to give back to this, or I have to, but it's bigger. It's bigger. Why? Like, was she caring too much? Was she being responsible for a lot of other people's businesses or situations? while her being a child and being lost herself. I'm thinking about that, about that loneliness when you feel like you cannot be. Sorry, guys. Thank God I wasn't in there, but my dad put like a thing here to cover this part and it fell. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I swear I was freaked out too. I was freaked out. Yeah. No, Kali is like she's with my dad. No, but he left. Um, it's like a tall piece of wood, like to cover a part of this side that is open, and it fell. So yeah, guys, this is like this is like a manifestation that we should hash about this. We should hash. We should hash. Let's listen to the signs. We should hash. I should hash, not you guys. You're not talking. I'm the one talking. But yeah, it's just that when it comes to, at least for me, since I do live streams, and in this live, and you are here with me. Usually, when these things happen in this industry, that is very large, but these things happen because somehow we know these people. It's not like we know them in reality. No, we don't know them, but we know who they are. Like, because I read for them or I read for one of them, so it feels very close, and I remember when this thing with this sensitive member happened. It was also the day that I had to do a live stream. So when Moonbeam passing happened, also it was also the day or the day after the news. So even though maybe it's not that you're like, okay, this, it doesn't affect us, or it's not what we usually talk about, we're here to talk about this, is part of what is going on at the moment. So it's good to give it a segment to, instead of pretending like, oh, nothing is going on and everything's cool. Like, yeah, everything is cool, we're having so much fun and we're so entertained right now, we're so happy with our favorites. No, there's a feeling, there's disappointment. There's disappointment, and I think that it's nice to say it. It's nice to express it, and we hope that justice gets, that it can be done for the parties that are involved. But yeah, it does affect us. Yeah, so I think that it's fair to mention this. It's not nice. I don't like to talk about it. I don't feel good talking about it. But is part is part of this, and we also learn from this. We also learn from this that is going on. Is an invitation to be more selective about what we consume, and even if it has to do with potential news updates about the same thing, also it would be nice to just step to the side and wait for just wait for justice, or for the other part to talk. I don't know. Let's wait for more info because we are just starting. So let's not jump into conclusions. Let's wait. Okay, guys. I'm going to start with this series, the personality tarot readings for 2025. And this is going to be, the first one is going to be for the singer Fuiji Kaze. That I know that he is, that he's a Pisces. But yeah, I believe I read for him. So yeah, let's see his personality traits. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I do like his songs also. I do like him. He makes me feel emotional. I like it. He's very special. Honestly, I pulled a card from the tarot and he also got major arcana. So I'm like, it's amazing because it's so complex, but at the same time it's so magnificent. I don't know. The first archetype that we have is the archetype of God. God for Fuji, Kaze. God, the archetype of child nature, and the archetype of rescuer. So yeah, with his songs, he's a rescuer. And then he's not a Pisces. I don't know why he's giving me Pisces vibes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought he was a Pisces. Why did I say that? I think that someone told me like, oh, you should read for him because it's Pisces season. Oh, okay. I confused him. I confused him with someone else then. Okay. But he's giving me Pisces vibes. I don't know why. And from the tarot, he got the Hierophant and he got the Empress. So a very important person, I would say, very important, just larger than life. First of all, the God, the God archetype. Wow, I'm like, this man is more about charisma. I think that he definitely has a presence, or maybe he has the ability to make us all followers. Maybe, listening to his music, or just following, what he does. Also the archetype of the God, it's someone that definitely he rules the whole experience. He rules the stage, he rules his craft, he rules the moment. He's able to take you into the now, and he's so magnificent. His energy, his presence, there's something just very spiritual. Definitely is spiritual about him. But also seeing the Hierophant and the Empress, again, like this, seeing, in the Hierophant, seeing the Pope, the image of the Pope and the followers in here. It's like, every time I show up in someone's life, I am like a teacher. I am here to give you lessons about life, about humanity, about, maybe about positivity also, because we have the Empress. So the Empress is another archetype also, if you think about it. It's another major arcana that talks about balance, about beauty, about you being it's not about just like, oh my God, I'm feeling beautiful. It's also about you feeling very stable in yourself and you've been like, I have everything I need to be here. So there's something probably of him as not just, I would say more like an artist, not so much like a man, because I think that when it comes to his part of being a man, it's much more simple and probably a bit much more sensitive than when he's on stage. There's something about him when he's on stage. Definitely, he commands the stage. He is a god. He is a god. He has presence. He dominates. You are looking at him. You know about him. you are calling him, it's not, I don't know if he has a band and probably the band is his name and the band. But when I see his name, Fuji Kaze, for me, when I first heard about him, I remember that the only thing that I remember is his name, his name and his face and his voice. So when we have the archetype of the god, it feels like, he's taking all the space. He is the main act. He is the one that rules us all. It's like he is the center. You pray to him, you pray to him. He is like the one that gathers all of us, and we are here to see him. Um, he could be a bit prideful, I would say, with the god archetype. I would see that he could be like, very much aware that he has this ability to summon all of us with his art. Of course, there's something about him that I would be like, he's not shy. He's not shy. He socially can be awkward, but I think that he feels very good with being the judge. Um, and then he has a child nature and rescuer. So so again, inside his inner child is a child that is very much connected with nature, is very much connected with animals, with the environment, with being empathic, towards other species, with being nice, with rescuing another species. But also the rescuer is giving me that he's so generous, that probably he's like, this is why I wonder if him, besides being an artist, if he also is someone that he donates, or if he has, he's part of charity, because he seems very selfless. Like, I think that the only moment probably where he feels like he's in control and he's so proud of what he creates, or what he is able to influencing people, is when he's on the stage, or when he's creating, his art. That's where, in the studio, for example, that's when he gets more possessive, like, okay, this is my place, this is me, this is my energy, I am a creator, so I have to take charge, because if I don't do it, nothing gets done. He is the main reason, I would say, why, the success that he has. I'm sure he has, other people, working with him. It's not just him, but probably he's like the main source of creativity. But when it comes to his more sensitive side, I think that um, he's so normal. There's something about him, just, probably, the rescuer is also someone that, at the end, he always is looking for the approval of others. So it's like, okay, what can I do for you? How can I help you? How can I save you? Let me save you. It makes me feel good that I can save you. He is a romantic, definitely, but he probably is attracted to broken people, or people that needs to be rescued. So, I would say that this is why he's giving me probably Pisces vibes, because I see him very selfless, very, all about helping the others, and he probably falls in love with people that he thinks that he can save. But he's also a dreamer. He's a very sweet person, and also this archetype of the child. He probably had a very nice childhood where, he was taught to, maybe interact with nature, interact with animals, take care of animals, take care of plants. So he's very respectful towards, any living being. But yeah, the Hierophant and the Empress, I think that in him there's a duality. There's a duality between him, being responsible and consistent about what he creates, and serious also. There's moments where he gets very serious about what he wants to communicate, or, what he wants to do. He's very traditional, maybe in some aspects. I don't know if maybe there's something about him, you know, rejecting a bit some things that can be done with technology. Maybe he's more traditional. He's more like, I want to do it like this. or I want this to be natural. I don't want to use, that much technology or that much, technological advances, or, having a lot of, like fake, I don't know, fake elements, maybe in his music or in his on the stage. There's something about him always going back to nature. There's something like, I think about nature, prosperity, the wildlife, feeling free, feeling connected with Mother Earth as well, because the Empress reminds me of, Mother Earth being present in the here and now, and being generous and being thankful for everything that he has available. He's a very thankful person, very sweet, very sweet. It's just that, he can seem like he's like very loving, and just like someone that gives. But with the Hierophant, there's always, a part of him that sort of calls him out, and sort of restricts this never-ending flow of him wanting to give out to community, to the universe, to his people. I don't know, somehow, when the Empress takes too much, like, presence, or takes too much room in his life, and he starts like being too comfortable with giving, then the Hierophant comes to give him a structure and to stop him and be like, okay, that's it. You done enough. You gave enough. Now let's, concentrate on boundaries, on getting serious, on being responsible, following the guidelines. It's like, don't get too comfortable. Don't get too like, oh, I'm going to give you all, because the Empress is like, when you get the Empress, it's like you feel like, oh yeah, let's enjoy what we have, let's share this with others, because we have plenty, and there's a lot of things available, and I'm growing and I'm expanding. And the Hierophant is like, no, we have to save, we have to be modest. Ah, he's a vegetarian. Ah, I didn't know that. I like him. I'm sorry I confused him for a Pisces, but he gives me Pisces vibes. I was going to say he gives me like hippie vibes. I don't know. But I don't know why. Okay. I'm going to continue with Akmu Suhyun. Suhyun of Akmu. I believe Akmu is a group of two people. I don't know why this group rings a bell for me. I know, are they brother and sister? Is it possible? Ah, okay. Okay. Yes. Akmu Suhyun. Suhyun is the girl. Sorry, guys, that I'm asking. Just like, I don't know. Ah, okay. Okay, the girl. Suhyun. Let's see. Let's see her personality. Also, guys, if you want to like monitor the chat, since I had to make a new one, I don't have the restrictions. So if you want to restrict that or monitor that, you are You are in control. You can do it. If there's some spamming or something like this, if you have to block, do it, please. Oh, wow. Oh, the Empress today? Okay. For this woman, for Sihyun. No, Suhyun. 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 Okay. She got the archetypes of shapeshifter, shapeshifter. We have the archetype of visionary, and we have the archetype of virgin. So yeah, and then she got the Empress and the Two of Swords. Nice, nice. I like her. I like her. She has a lot of potential, I must say. I must say. I don't know how old she is, but I think that, there's like probably she's someone that she's going to grow slowly. Like, yeah, she's like a late bloomer, she's going to grow slowly, but she's going to get her happiness. Yeah, I think that if they create their own music and everything, I can see it, because with the shapeshifter and also the visionary, she's very talented. She's very talented, and also the shapeshifter is like this ability to change into whatever people wants, or if there's a new concept, like don't sleep on this woman, because she can actually create a lot of hits, or create or change her image even, or change herself, big for the craft, for the art, for her being an artist. So I would say that she's so talented, and she has so many ideas. um she has a lot of potential. There's one thing that I would say, like I think that with shapeshifters, she's also someone that, this is why when I said about this, about late bloomer, for me it's like, the shapeshifter is someone that, yeah, they have the ability to change, but I also think that there's a lot of layers to her person that she is not aware of them yet. She's not aware that she has this part of herself. If you think that you've seen all of her, you haven't. You haven't. She still has plenty of room to keep growing, to keep, turning into another version. Also, she probably needs to do this. She probably gets bored easily, especially when it has to do with her career. There's something about her wanting to change all the time, introduce change, bring something that hasn't been done before. She's like this, definitely. And she is in charge, probably, of, having different visions, different concepts, different ideas. She's so intelligent, so intelligent, and she adapts. She adapts. If you ask her, like, you have to change this about yourself, she will be like, okay, yeah, I will change it. I will change it. I like her so much. Yeah, I like her. It's just that I think that we haven't seen everything of her yet. Is she also like a soloist? Does she have solo music, solo projects? Because she has a potential in there as well. I think that she would do very well on her own. Um um she's 20. Yes. Yes, I can see her, yeah, going on a diet and change her body. Yeah, her body going through a lot of changes as well. Her face as well could be. Um, but yeah, she's like open, she's very artistic in that sense. It's like, for her, it's not a sacrifice to change. It's not a sacrifice. Actually, I think that for her, it's exciting to do this. Maybe she tends to get bored easily. Um, but yeah, with visionary, I would say I would love to see her on her own. I would love to see her alone. I think that in there we could. She has done solo work. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know. I think that she I mean, I think that yeah, in a team she feels motivated, she feels like she has the companion, she has the complicity, so she's able to dare to do much more. But I don't know why I think that when it comes to her own craft, she is still a bit shy about it, because we have the archetype of virgin, we have the archetype of the virgin. So definitely there's a part of her that is still not covered, is still undercovered, or is still uncovered, I wanted to say. I think that there's a part of her that she, as a woman, maybe, even if she goes through these changes and everything, maybe she's still a virgin. It doesn't have to be like the virgin archetype, because I usually have clients, and when they get the virgin archetype, they freak out because they think that I'm calling them a virgin. And there's nothing wrong with being a virgin, but I think that the virgin archetype is about this innocence, it's about all the things that you haven't experienced, and that are more about the female. This is why we have the empress, that is about the female condition in her. If there's something that she hasn't done when it comes to, I don't know, maybe showing her body, maybe, doing like a photo shoot, something that shows her body more, or just, maybe having a much more sexier style or something like this. The cards are like, she has so much room and potential. So she could, go into the sexy style if she wanted to. She has to work on her self-esteem, definitely. I do see it here with the virgin. I think that there's a part of her that um, she's still a bit shy about it, but she knows she has to go in there. She knows she has, like, it's part of her also being a visionary, to get rid of, limitations, or, past judgments, or prejudice, even prejudice against herself, because it's not so much about what people say of you, it's about what she says to herself about her own experience. We have the Empress and the Two of Swords. So there's something that I feel it very strongly about her, that she has potential, but there's moments where she limits herself. There's moments where I can see that there's a lot of fluence, there's a lot of flow, there's a very active flow of ideas. And I don't know, does she write songs for other artists? Because I can see her visionary self and her shifter self giving a lot of powerful, maybe powerful songs, or just content that is so powerful that it should go to herself, but she gives it away. She gives it to other people so other people can shine instead of her. And I believe that the Empress and the Two of Swords is giving me this, about how you are so talented, and you are so beautiful also, and you're so prosperous, that, what about it? Why are you so insecure still? What can you not see it? Why other people can see it and take advantage of this and you cannot? So this is why I'm like, I'm pushing it, because I'm like, this girl, she needs someone that can be like, you should invest more in yourself. You should stop doubting yourself. You should start seeing your potential, because she's so, and this could also be, maybe, I don't know if she had been in a relationship, if she had been like um, um dating. But if maybe she has a type, and she's like, I could never attract someone like this, someone, I don't know, someone that is so popular and so wanted. And the cards are like, why don't you give it a chance? If you are amazing. She's beyond the physical part, beyond the appearances and everything. She's so she's so rich inside, she's so um it's like she has to connect more with her Venus side, And I think that the two of swords, it could be about her sometimes not being able to find her own appeal, or maybe when someone says something nice to her, her doubting, why are you complimenting me? Why are you saying these nice things to me? Do you want something out of me? Her not being able to see that she has a lot of appeal, or maybe that she's so attractive, and when you have a one-on-one conversation with her, or when you listen to her songs, to her lyrics, or when you listen to her sing or perform, there's something just so beautiful about her, so seductive, and she just doesn't let it fully out. It's like she leaves it out. Is her voice sexy? Is her voice sensual or something like this? Because she has, like, for me, the virgin archetype is like, come on, do what you haven't done before. um because we need to wake her up. We need to wake her up. She has a lot of potential. Yeah. Okay. Yes, must be insecurity imposed by society standards. Yes, definitely. Okay. She should connect more with her Venus side because she has it. She has it. It's just that she doesn't. I think that for her, it's like, should I do it? Should I not do it? I don't. It's like her containing herself because she's like, I don't want to be cringy. I don't want to give cringe to people. Um, but that's why I don't know. I think that if she works with her brother, probably this association is beneficial for her, because maybe she's able to get rid of a lot of inhibitions, and she trusts he has like a partner. But what about you becoming independent? What about you becoming the main? Like, is there something going on? Like, is there like a favorite? For example, I don't know. Is the brother more famous than her, or is the brother like, does he have more fans or something like this? Is there an imbalance in there? Ah, I have to listen to her. Ah, he definitely dates stunning women, but I don't know if he's the favorite. Okay. Mm. Okay, I'm going to continue with Loona, Ives of Loona. Ives of Loona. Mm. This woman's energy feels strong but contradictive. Yeah, strong but so contradictory. So contradictory. I wonder if it's a character that she has to play. We start with the card of for Ives of Loona. We have the card of Destroyer. We have Femme Fatale. And we have Victim. And then from the tarot, we have the Lovers and the Four of Cups. Very interesting, her energy. I wonder, because I don't know about this woman, but she's giving me this strong energy of like, I wonder if someone forced her to be this, because these archetypes, it feels like with the destroyer and the femme fatale and the victim. I don't know if she's trying to get rid of the femme fatale archetype, but it seems like these two, other archetypes that I see here, there's this feeling of like, I don't connect with this anymore, or I am not this that people said about me, or people put a label on me. The femme fatale, it feels like it's very restricted between the destroyer and the victim. So, and also when I said duality, I got a lover. So I, I mean, I think that probably, in this period of her life, she's probably trying to get rid. She's in this destroyer era. The archetype of the destroyer is giving me that probably she's trying to get rid of certain aspects of herself, or maybe she's finally figuring out who she's not, who she is and who she's not, and also probably allowing herself to feel doubtful about, okay, who am I? What is my personality like? What are my personality traits? About finding herself. There's people that they spend their whole life without not knowing who they are actually, especially when it comes to people that are part of the industry. They have to play a role, or they have to play certain concepts. They are being told or coached to be a certain way. And with the destroyer, I can sort of see her just, being in that period, in that stage, in her life where probably she's like, i'm not I'm not that anymore. Or she I think that there's something about her now being sure of what she's not, you know and I don't know, maybe people, could it be that she had a sexy role, or she had a sexy attitude, or she had a very dominating attitude, or maybe, she had, because the femme fatale, it's like this very sensual energy, erotic energy, but also very feminine, someone very daring. So I wonder if this was part of, her role, or how she has to show herself. I think that she has a strong, she probably is so beautiful, or she's so stunning like this, that maybe people think that she's a femme fatale because she's that seductive, or she's that eye-catching. You can, out of all the girls, probably your eyes go to her. But yeah, with the distractor, I think that she is a bit like, she's fighting her condition, or her archetype of being a femme fatale. I don't know, it's like she shows traits that she is, and she uses it for her benefit, but then there's a part of her that she's like, no, actually, I'm not like that. Or, every time that I act like a femme fatale, I destroy something, or something gets damaged in my life. Because the destroyer is also someone that probably she's burning down to ashes, her old self. So maybe she's going through a major transformation right now, where she's like, yeah, I still recognize certain parts of myself, but I'm not that comfortable with them. I'm sort of trying to figure out who I am now. And now she's a bit chaotic. Like, her energy feels very, very doubtful, feels like she could be a bit lost also about her identity. But femme fatale definitely shows that, she has the appeal, she has the attractiveness. So, if she's part of the industry, definitely to be a femme fatale, it's a very powerful attribute, because she has the potential to draw people in, to draw people's attention to herself. So definitely, I think that is something that maybe she has to still use, because I don't know, maybe people expect her to be like this, or expect her to be sexy, or expect her to be confident about her image, or about what she wears. But then we have the archetype of the victim. So again, I'm like, this is like a ping pong. It's like the destroyer and the victim are sort of playing ping pong with the femme fatale. So I wonder why no one wants to take the archetype of the femme fatale. It seems like there's a bit of resentment towards that part of herself. So maybe it got her into trouble in the past. I don't know. But definitely she feels, um, at this point, I think that maybe her confidence has lowered a bit and she feels a bit like a victim. Maybe she has been going through some challenges, and she's not, there's moments where maybe physically she looks like a femme fatale, but inside, there's a person that feels like a victim. So maybe she went through a lot, and getting other people's attention is not her priority at the moment, because she feels hurt, she feels betrayed, she feels tired, she feels exhausted. So definitely she's in a very, I would say, in a very sensitive and low point in her life, where she recognizes herself as a victim, of maybe, I wonder if being that attractive, or being this um I I don't want I don't know why I want to say this eye catching, but I wonder if this also makes her feel like, it puts me in very uncomfortable situations where I feel like I'm the victim. So, or people didn't take care of me properly, they didn't take care of my image, or they didn't take care of my value, or my security, my safety. So yeah, she's not feeling that confident at the moment, so she has to work on that. And yeah, with the Lovers and the Four of Cups, um yeah, I think that she's going through changes, she's adapting, but she's also, you know probably a bit disconnected from, if there had been drama around her. She's also trying to not get that emotional about it. She's trying to be rational. It's just that she can have a bit of mood swings. There's moments where she feels much more sensitive. There's moments with the destroyer archetype. I think that there could be outbursts of, bad mood, or her just, wanting to destroy everything, and just wanting to get away, and just wanting to run away, or wanting to destroy something and start all over. She could feel a bit chaotic inside. But then, with the Four of Cups, there's also this feeling of like, I'm numb inside emotionally. I don't know. This has been like a roller coaster for her. So she's still trying to figure out, who she is outside of these archetypes. She's probably in the process of changing. It's just that maybe it's really hard for her to get out of these archetypes, because maybe people around her keep pointing out that, oh, you are the destroyer, or you always been the femme fatale, or you always been the victim, or you're always acting like a victim. So, I there's a rejection, that I feel towards these archetypes. I don't know if she feels like this, if she feels like, you guys don't know me, I'm actually not this, but that she wants to get rid of some of these archetypes, she does. Like, it's not part of her anymore. So she's in the process of, and maybe she's enduring this because it's part of her career, or it's part of what she has to do or offer, but it's not she's not really deciding to be like this. It's a sort of consequence. Okay, I'm going to continue with Kenshi Yonesu. Kenshi Yonesu. Kenshi Yonesu. These archetype cards. Also, another unpredictable person, I would say, this Kenshi person, Kenshi Jonesu. He's so hardworking, nevertheless. I think that when I have these pentacles in here, it's like usually I'm like, yeah, because he's working, he's hardworking, but also I must say he works a lot on himself. He's like, I have to be a little bit more of this, or I have to be much more like this. So he's so aware, that and also I think that there's something about him being like, I'm also in consequence of others. So he probably also takes feedbacks from others, and I don't know, maybe he's part of a group, or he's part of a community, so there's something about him taking into consideration also what people tells him about his character, and he's paying attention and being like, I should work about this, or about myself. They tell me that I'm a bit weak in that aspect, so I should work on myself. um yeah, about Kenshi, we start with the healer. We have the thief or the stealer card, and we have the warrior, and then we have the three of pentacles and the eight of pentacles. So yeah, like I said, very hardworking. He definitely looks inside himself and he's like, I should change this. But he's very complex. Like he has different aspects of himself, so they are also very different. He's a box full of surprises. First of all, with the healer, he's very spiritual as well. He has this ability to heal people. His presence heals people. He probably doesn't know it yet, but maybe, every time he touches someone or he talks to someone or he's just there next to someone, there's something about him making that person feel better. Um, Definitely, and I think that he has the ability to be there for someone. He probably is someone that he takes his time to sit down and spend time with someone that he cares, or with a coworker, or with a family member. He's just so sweet like this, and for him it's spontaneous. This is why I think that he doesn't recognize himself as a healer. I think that he just does it because he's a very compassionate person. He's a very compassionate soul. And probably there's a part of him that he doesn't like, he doesn't acknowledge that he is this healer, because he doesn't want people to take, to um, take advantage of his ability to be this healer. He probably is really good. Is really good. Is really good. Um, but see, the stealer, the archetype of the thief and the stealer is giving me this energy, this restless energy. Like, yeah, I'm sensitive, I'm a healer, but you will not catch me. You will not catch me. The stealer is giving me this runaway, this person that is like, yeah, this is very private. Actually, I do this, or I am there for my people that I consider my people, or I consider that we have an intimacy. I don't display this for everyone, because I know there's people that are interested in stealing something from me. So this is why I protect it with all my forces. And he also can act like the opposite. There's something about him. In order to protect his energy, he sometimes acts like the opposite of being a healer. He maybe, it seems like he can be chaotic as well. With the warrior archetype, he also has this part of himself where he probably gets into arguments with people, or he, gets in the middle of a fight to defend someone, or to speak up against injustices. So he's not like, oh yeah, he's so sweet, he's an angel, he wouldn't hurt a fly. No, there's something about him that he's also very overprotective and very reactionary. there's something about injustices that he cannot take. So he will definitely go and attack someone if he has to, or defend someone if he has to. He has that adrenaline in him, you know. He probably loves action as well, you know. It's not that he's like all love and peace and he doesn't move a muscle. No, I think that he also loves a bit of chaos here and there, or he loves to, not is terrified, but I think that he's like, you know, you want to be controversial, I'm going to answer you back, or I'm going to tell you this, or I'm going to initiate this, you know, because this is not fair, I'm going to put you in your place. You know, the warrior is also someone very territorial, you know, someone that is like, you know, you're stepping on my boundaries, I'm cutting you, you know, I'm pushing you away from my territory, from my people, from hurting my people, from hurting me. So I believe that he's a very sweet person, but definitely he has a lot of layer of protection. He has a lot of layers of, like, I will not show you that actually I'm a healer, or that I'm actually this humanitarian. You know, there's something about him being like, these people cannot know this about me. I want to show myself like a dandy, you know, like the stealer, you know, like someone that is so strategic, so cunning, you know, so intelligent, so evasive, you know, like, you now you see me and now you don't, you know, I want to fool you. I want to fool you. It's like, you shall not have access that easily to my sensitivity. So he's very, and also I think that you know, with these two cards, you know, it's very practical. He is a person that he believes in action, or he believes in, you know, that what we do represents who we are. So he's always working towards a goal, you know, he's always working towards something. And I definitely think that he's very protective of his intimacy, very protective of his people, very protective of his craft. So there could be a bit of inflexibility in him, maybe in his body language, or even the way he looks. He can look a bit menacing, you know, like you've been like, oh, there's no way this man has a healer inside of him, because he looks tough, or he looks, you know, he looks cold, or he looks detached, or he sounds, you know, like he's too formal, or he talks like an old person. I don't know. He sounds serious, you know, because he really means it. You know, for him, life is about opportunities, and for him, the opportunities, instead of coming, you know, to him, he does make them happen. He's so hardworking. He's so hardworking. And about his character, I think that also what he's building is his own character. Maybe there's a part of him that he knows that he's a softie. He knows that you know, like a healer, probably his empathy or his intuition is very sharpened. So when he sees you suffer, he can feel it, like he's going through this himself. So maybe he's sort of trying to hide this from people, sort of seeing him as this sensitive guy. He's like, no, I'm not sensitive. I'm not sensitive. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm going to attack you. I'm going to attack you. I'm a warrior. So he definitely is. He builds a sort of like wall between him and the others. But inside, he's a very sweet guy. He's a very sweet guy, definitely. I like his energy. He's very tall for a Japanese guy. Oh, the warrior. Yeah. He probably works out a lot also, because I see him working and it's all physical. It's not like, oh, I'm learning something, you know, mental or intellectual. No, it's about putting effort and consistency in the body. Okay, I'm going to continue with Krystal Jung. Krystal Jung. Her archetypes. I was going to say she's so masculine, but yeah, she's doing well. Krystal, she's doing well. We start for Krystal. We start with the archetype of guide. Guide, saboteur, and athlete. And from the tarot, we have the Nine of Cups and the Wall card. I mean, I think that she's very dominating, definitely. This is why I was like, I can see her very masculine because she's so competitive. She's always like aiming for the best. She's very adaptable. She's like, if she has to take risks, she does it. Um, but I think that there's something about her that, she has the potential to be a guide for others, or maybe to be a sort of teacher for others, or maybe to have, I don't know, maybe she does have it and I don't know it. But, if she would speak up about certain matters, maybe, she would be really good at this and people would follow her. Because she has the archetype of the guide. So probably, she's a very important guide for her close friends or for her people. There's something about her just giving the best advices. Maybe she doesn't apply it for herself, but she does give the best pieces of advice. She's a great listener. She's like, every time she gives you a feedback is 100% honesty. She also has a very strong connection with, spirit or with the universe or with destiny. I don't know. I think that she's so wise. This is why I would be like, Krystal, you should like open your own your own holistic center, or she should be a speakers person for this very important cause. Maybe she does have them, maybe she does, but I think that with saboteur, she's a bit afraid of the impact of her words or the impact of her saying something. She's very powerful. She definitely knows that people would follow her, but she sabotages this, and she knows this, and she knows that this is why, with the athlete, then maybe she's someone that if you put her to go on a race or just be part of a program where she has to show consistency and be the best, and she will do it. But I think that she's very afraid of developing her power, that is not about you defeating someone, it's about you helping others to defeat themselves, their own fears, their own insecurities. She has a great speech, or the way of communication is very strong, it's very powerful, it's very impactful. So, and she knows this. It's just that, with athlete, I think that she's in constant competition with others. Like, I don't know if she was raised to be competitive with other people, or, if others in the family do this, you have to follow them and do what they do, or do do what, follow what the tribe is doing. And I think that this is what is sabotaging her potential, because actually the key here is for her to follow herself and not follow other people's challenges, because and maybe she's part of a very competitive family as well, with the athlete archetype is giving me that, maybe her family or her group of friends are very competitive people, or they're all the time, high performers, and it's all about being the best and being an achiever and everything. But, she's a bit much more sensitive. She has another type of message to deliver. So it would be very important, for her to review this. Like, I think that she had always been very close, or she always is very close to having this role, to be able to be a guide or spokesperson for a very important, brand or message. But there's something about her that she's afraid of standing out. Maybe she's a full introvert and she doesn't like exposure. Being a guide, it means that, you are going to be looked at, people are going to be following you, people are going to be watching everything that you do. And probably she doesn't want that attention on herself. She's like, I don't like this. I don't like when people become that fanatic of me. I don't like this. I feel like, I cannot breathe when I have all their attention on me. But definitely she has a strong message to deliver. She's so amazing. So I would be like, why don't you do it? Like, why don't you give it a try? Because, if she keeps being this athlete in this athlete archetype, I see her like she's in a race going nowhere. Because the athlete is like, you competing with what the others are doing, and it leads you nowhere. Like the feeling of like satisfaction of like, oh, I won this, or I was able, to overcome this. Like it's all material, it's like for the ego. And I think that she's much more than someone that is in competition with other people, because you will never win, because maybe these people that she competes against, they're always competing, they're always comparing themselves, always. Like, what do you have? Do you have that? Oh, I want that as well, or I want it better than you. So the conversations, the topics, they're all the same, they're all repetitive. Probably it's about money or status. And her with the guide, she can do so much. But yeah, we have the Nine of Cups and we have the World card. So she could, this year, allow herself to take this role. Maybe she could, and I see her moving, and I see her probably, doing something individual that makes her more, or gives her satisfaction. I can sort of see it for her. So something is changing. Something is changing for her. Something is changing. Something is moving. She's also getting a wish come true. At this moment, I think that she's very happy. She's very satisfied with herself. But she has to, hold back from sabotaging her own options, because there's a very important option for her that is not about others. It's just about herself. And maybe she's on her way to find this, but she's doing very well emotionally. I like it. I like it for her. Please remind me, guys, if there's if this one runs out of battery, please remind me so I can change it. I don't know, maybe I should do it now so I don't get interrupted. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Ah, okay, thank you. This is the Yoasabi vocalist Ikura. Ikura sounds like a girl's name. Is she the woman Yoasabi in Yoasabi? Because I know there's a guy as well. What is going on with these duos? I never know who is who. She's the girl. Ah, okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ikura. Yes. I like that name, Ikura. Ah, like the color purple. Ah, you know that. Ah, she's so sweet. She's sweet. She's sweet. Okay, a lot of pink for her. Okay, for her, the archetype of martyr. Martyr, mother, angel. Why I already feel like she sacrifices for everyone? Is she older than like the person that she's in this band, in this group? Is it her partner or is it a family member or a friend? And we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Lovers. Because with mother archetype in here in the middle, I'm like, she's younger than the guy, but definitely she's so sacrificial. I don't know how to say it in English, but it seems like this, like, they're friends. Like, she feels so responsible. She does sacrifice a lot for his, not only for the group. I think that is her life in general. Is the way she um she exists, starting with the martyr, mother, angel. There's something about her just having to be like the head of the family, or having to be like the responsible one, taking care of other people's needs, just being there. I mean, she loves it. Definitely she loves to do this. We have the martyr That I think that there's something that at least in this point in her life, willingly, she's giving her all to others. She's probably not thinking that much about herself. She's probably not, she's more looking out at others. She's probably worried about others. I don't know, with the kind of angel. This is a person that she doesn't want to make a single mistake, or it's like she worries so much about, not perjudicating others or not perjudicating her career. She's just so lovely. She's just so lovely. She's so devoted, I would say, to everyone in her life. Um, I wonder if she wants to be a mother, or if she's about to be a mother, because we have the mother archetype here in the middle. So, but also I think that the mother archetype is not literal, but probably she does take care of others in her real life. you know um Even if she's young, even if she's inexperienced, or she's the youngest, it seems like she has to be the one that takes care of others, because I don't see other people doing it. Um, and I think that she's like the perfect person to be a mother, because she's so sacrificial, like she's like so selfless, that I'm like, is she religious? Does anyone know if she's religious, or because she's too good? She's too good. I'm like, is there a religion in here in the middle? Did someone brainwash her to be this good? To be this um to be this, like giver. She's just a giver, and this feels like not someone that is so young like she is. Like, this is not a role for a young person. This is why I wonder, what about the adults in her life, why she has these archetypes that are very positive. Definitely, it's just that with these archetypes I would be afraid that she would be taken advantage of. I would be, because she's so nice, that I'm concerned. I'm worried. I'm worried because she's too nice. She's too sweet. She's too generous. So I like, please, someone take care of this woman. Like, I don't know. Please take care of her. Take care of her, because she's so nice. She's probably like the kind of person that she doesn't know you, but if you see that you are struggling financially or you have problems, she could give you, like, help you out. She could give you, food, a place to sleep. I don't know. I see her just like this. So I wonder if she was raised to be like this. But definitely there's not a single hair of hers that is thinking about herself. Um, and and I don't know. Um, I think that she should focus more about herself. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Lovers, she's doing very well. I would say she's doing very well. Um, it's just that at some point there's going to be a moment where she's going to start to wonder, what if I go solo? Does she have solo work? Because this is very similar to what I've seen of, the Akmu girl, Suhyun, that she got the Empress and she got the Two of Swords. Well, this woman, she got the Nine of Pentacles and she got the Lovers. The Lovers is also duality. And it's very interesting because, she's with another person in this group. So there's this possibility of, what if I end up shining so much on my own? With the Nine of Pentacles, there's this calling, there's this affirmation of, like, you are so skillful, you are so talented, you should try go solo. You should try. or maybe at some point she's going to be left with that option because we have the lover, so she's sort of thinking about it. She's sort of, you know, like, okay, I have these two options. Because I feel like there's something about self-actualization and there's something about independence that she has to know, or she has to learn, even if she's very young, you know, she's just starting. But I see her caring others. I see her taking care of others. So I wonder if the Nine of Pentacles is sort of, you know, pointing at her like, okay, you had been so you know, so generous, you have been there for others, but you need to focus on yourself. Like, you are so talented, or you are amazing, like, or you are doing great with your money, or you're investing right. I don't know, but stop looking at yourself and celebrate yourself despite others. You know, it's about going back to herself and probably connecting a bit more with individuality, and also her being a bit selfish, because there's going to be a moment where she's going to have to make a decision that it has to do about, you know, making a decision that is about what makes her happy instead of others. You know, she cannot live in these archetypes forever. She has to be, you know, selfish at some point. Mm. Yeah, yeah, maybe we do. Yes, maybe we do. Because I see her just very self-sufficient. Like, she on her own, she would do amazing. And with this, I'm not saying that, oh, you know, this group, you know, she should separate of the group. It's not about, I think that is her whole life. Or I don't know if maybe this is not about the group, but it's about her independence, like her moving out, or maybe she lives with her family, being able to live on her own, or if she lives with roommates, being able to buy a house and being on her own, you know, and just live your own life, and also enjoy your own success. You know, don't give your success or your earnings or your winnings to someone else. You know, invest it in you. You earned it. You made the hard work. You created this. You are the resource. You are the source of talent. You matter. You know, you're valuable. You matter. So please don't forget about that. You know, don't forget about that, because also the lovers is also this, like, I don't know if I'm worth it. I don't know if without this person or without these people, I will be able to make it on my own. And actually, yes, you will make it on your own. Because with this archetype, she sure is a very self-sufficient person. She probably takes care of others. She feeds others. She helps others. She probably also could be part of charity as well, because we have the archetype of angel and martyr. So this is why I was like asking, is she part of a religious group? Or, you know, that their doctrine maybe is about giving away all your possessions or something like this. Again, very hippie like. But I think that it's very important for her to remember who she is, and that she is very important, and that she is very successful. So she has to take care of herself, of her own worth. You know, do not give it away for free. Your hard work, you know, your talents, do not give them away. Because these people, unfortunately, they always attract leeches, or people that takes advantage of them. So yeah. Yeah, definitely. We should do a dynamic. Hello, definitely, Chachalina. But yeah, this is not to say, like, you know, it's like an example, you know, because the lovers, the two of swords, you know, it's all about like duality, me and the other person. It's not like she's presenting herself. Maybe in the group is her and another person. So it's like she's never alone. So you know, the cards are like pushing them. What about you on your own? You know, what about you daring to do things on your own? You know, individuality. And probably also realizing that they are very important, that maybe they think that, no, the main attraction is this thing that we have. No, it's you. You are the main attraction. But yeah, I was surprised. Okay. No, you're not late. Today is a very short live stream. Well, yeah, short. There's few people. Okay, I'm going to continue with Minsi, the actress. Minsi. Minsi. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Very positive. This one I do like. I do not feel like pity for her. I feel like she's doing okay. She's okay. She's wonderful and she's also generous. So great. I love this duality. It's very well balanced. Okay, for Gominsi, we have the archetype. Do we have two, the female and the feminine and the masculine here for her? Okay, king and queen, the archetypes of king and queen. So she has very well integrated both aspects of her character. She can be feminine, but she can be also a bit masculine. So um, she's very rich in personality as well. She can be masculine, she can be feminine. So yeah, she's very adaptable. And then we have Samaritan. So again, another person that helps others. That she's very generous. That she gets out of her way to do things for others. I do like it. I do like it. She's a very generous person. She loves to help, maybe help other women or help other people in the industry. She's very, very kind. And she got the Ace of Wands and the Chariot. So yeah, I like her. I like her. She's advancing. She's advancing when it comes to her personality. I think that probably is her personality what got her where she is and where she's heading to when it comes to the industry, or when it comes to her getting the roles that she's getting or the opportunities, because she's definitely going places. And I think that it's this queen and this king archetypes that definitely has to do with her having a strong sense of self, in the sense that she values herself a lot. She knows that she's charming, or she knows that she has this it can sound exaggerated, but she feels like a queen. She feels like she has it all. She feels like she's completed. She feels like, she can be in a room, or she can be with someone and be, the center of attention. She knows she's amazing. She knows she's beautiful. She knows she deserves to be treated with respect. Also the king archetypes are very strong in their presence, in the sense that they demand of you to treat them with respect. These are not archetypes that you can mess around with them. No, they know about boundaries. They know their worth. They know they are important. They know they matter. So she definitely has a high self-esteem, which is very nice. I do like it. And also, the queen and the king, also it gives me that she also feels like she has a sort of authority in her person to maybe, if there's people around her that they don't know about self-esteem, or they don't know how to assert themselves, or how to, be, um, you know, more themselves, or protect themselves, or speak up for themselves, stand out for themselves. She is like this role model I would say. She's like this strong role model because she takes no BS. She knows how to defend herself. She knows how to defend herself. She can also play, with the queen archetype, she can also play like the damsel in distress every once in a while. So, she can be charming like this and be seductive like this. But with the king archetype, it's like, you don't mess with her. You don't mess with her because probably she can kick your behind. She probably can fight, or she probably, she can be, very straightforward in the way she communicates. So so it's like, don't think that she's like this, very delicate flower, because actually she has a very strong sense of self, and she's not for everyone. She's not for everyone. She understands that this sort of magnetism that she exudes, sometimes it can get her that not everyone likes her. There's this feeling of her knowing, being like, yeah, I know that I'm not other people's favorite, or there's something that, maybe they don't like about me. They don't like the way I talk. They don't like the way I laugh. They don't like the way I sit. They don't like me. But her coming as these archetypes, she's so secure in herself, or maybe she also had a very healthy or good upbringing, where maybe her parents or people around her like treated her like a queen, and they taught her, they did teach her, how to stand up for herself and how to not let others, make you feel insecure that she is like their queen, or she is important, or like you are going to be big one day, or you are going to be amazing one day. Them, uplifting her, and also reminding her also that she has to also have this tough side, where you also, if you have to be dominating, especially if you are surrounded by male, if you know how to defend yourself. So it's not just about being cute and confident. It's also about knowing how to, fight certain people, especially the masculine. But yeah, with Samaritan, she's so generous. She's so generous. She cannot help it. I think that she's not like going around her life thinking like, oh, I'm going to save someone today, or I'm going to do something nice for someone. No, I think that she opportunities appear where she feels like she could give a piece of advice, or she could talk to someone, or maybe listen to someone that needs help or is in need. I think that for her is really tough to play dumb and ignore when someone is suffering. She's like, no, whatever I can, even if you're a stranger, if I can do something to facilitate, for you to feel better, or for you to get this that you need so bad, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. She doesn't measure for who. She's not thinking like, oh, I'm going to help you because I can get something out of you. No, she's like a Samaritan. So nice. So nice. So, her family really, they did raise her with strong values. I do like it. Yeah, and the Chariot and Ace of Wands. So yeah, I see her going places. She's very secure in herself. She's very passionate, and also I think that she's so she has very clear where she's going, and I think that no one is going to get in her way. No one is going to stop her because she believes in herself. And also she's not getting into other people's business. She's focusing on her own journey and on herself and on her objectives, her goals, and that's it. She's not looking at what others are doing. No, she's being herself, and that's it. She doesn't get, into other people's business. I don't know about friendships, um, but probably she's selective about friendships. She's like, yeah, I can work with them, but it doesn't mean that we're friends. She knows how to set boundaries. She knows, and also probably she knows what, how people can be hypocrites sometimes. So she's like, I don't pretend to be friends with someone just because I see them every day. If we don't vibe together, or if we don't click, I don't call them my friends, or I don't hang out with people that I don't feel like, I mean, we are together because we have to work together, but this doesn't mean that we're close, something like this. Okay, I'm going to continue with the last one, and then I'm going to go, guys, for Kimami, the actress. Hmm. She's she's very serious, a very serious, committed person. She seems like an old soul. Um, but this is another person that I think that from time to time, you can feel like she's isolated of others, but it's because she's focusing on herself, and also, maybe focusing on having a better not attitude, but a better self-esteem, probably. So she's also focusing so much on herself. She's not, she's it seems like maybe she's not that, I don't want to say like she's not friendly, but she's looking for something deeper in her life, at least in this moment. So it can look like she's not that connected with others because she's merely focused on herself. We start with for Kim Dami, we start with the seeker archetype of the seeker. We have Midas. We have advocate. So she could be studying something. Could she be studying something that has to do with law? Because she seems very serious. I was like, she's working on something that is not just, being, an actress. She's probably studying something else because it seems like her energy feels so serious. Like this is really important for her, and it's probably, taking her whole uh, time, and she doesn't have time to be outgoing. I even would say like to relax because I don't know if she's researching something, if she's like looking information about something, but she's so focused, and so busy. So yeah, I think that she's much more than an actress. Um, and we have the magician and the eight of pentacles. And also, if you notice, that today that I had been reading for this personality, um, for some of them, if you notice, there's always one card, a major arcana or an important card, that it usually shows you someone that is alone, except the cards that talk about duality. It's all about asserting the self. So I think that these people, either they are doing that or they need to be doing that. Today the message is this, focus on your individuality. Don't lose sight of this. Um, because probably, associations in that industries, now that we're talking about certain singers, certain actors or certain actresses, maybe there's something about associations, or even being in relationships that are not the best or the very intelligent move at the moment. So maybe, the cards are more like, you need to keep working on yourself and also figuring out who you are, what you want for your life. Don't look at what others are doing or saying. Just focus on you. Don't lose the focus. Definitely with the seeker, I think that this Kim Dami is a very curious person. She's very intelligent. She's very there's something about her mind just being very expansive. She probably asks herself a lot of questions. She questions a lot her own existence, her own life. She probably is in the middle of changing certain things about her life, and making very drastic decisions, or maybe changing her appearance or changing something about her life because she's looking for a deeper meaning in her existence. She wants to be much more than what you see of her, or she wants to do much more for herself, not just be defined for like, oh, what is success, or what is being popular, or what is being talked about. I think that for her right now, it's important to go and look for answers about herself, and I think that she's also allowing herself to be selfish, with Midas. with Maida's definitely here, she is very much aware that probably she has been very lucky in the projects that she has been having, because she's so creative. And also I think that there's something about that, maybe the projects that she gets into, people really love it, or people really resonate with her character, or maybe she had always had that, that very instinctive and just very, um, you know, excellent way of choosing the best for her, or the best characters, or maybe, a project that she chosen, it got very good reviews, or it was really good, or initially it started like nothing and then it grew. So for her, I think that she's slowly like searching for meanings. And I think that she's like, I have been very lucky to do what I do. And at the same time, I notice that every project that I am part of, it it gets very successful, or it starts growing, or it starts expanding. Maybe we started with a low income or low resources, and then it got better. So she's like, I'm noticing that I am like a good luck charm for some people in my life. So she's sort of validating us also um, that that she's a rich person inside, that she has a lot of talents, or that she has a lot of potential, and that it's good to be a bit like, protective, to be, Midas is also about, protecting also your ability to maybe make money, or your ability to create things, or your ability to be successful. It's like, she's like, okay, if I can do this, I have to be selective. I cannot give it away for free. So maybe there's something about her. Maybe she's popular, and people just want her to go to certain events, or they want to use her image, or they want to do certain things with her. And she's like, I'm in this process where I probably am going to say no or reject certain important deals, but I'm doing this because I'm rediscovering myself, and my values have changed. And also here with the advocate. So advocate, definitely, I think that she's trying to show compassion, and she's trying to fight maybe for another causes, to help other people out, to bring justice, to bring balance, to bring healing to very hurtful situations. So I wonder if she's studying like politics, or if she's helping out other women. I don't know, but it feels like it's a calling, it's like a profession of hers that is also changing her whole mindset, because she's like, okay, if we don't protect each other, who is going to protect us? So this is why I get this vibe that she's very committed to this, that she's very real, she's very serious about it. This is not about her just showing off and being like, oh, because I'm pretty and young and successful, and I'm going to work with my image. No, for her it's important to create a change in the society. So yeah, I wonder if she's studying something about this. But yeah, she's very focused with the magician and the eight of pentacles. She's focusing on herself, she's focusing on improving. She's also recognizing her own value. She knows she's important, she knows she matters, she knows she's powerful. And she's like, okay, seeing, okay, what talents, what traits of myself I can improve, or I can use less, I can use more. She's in a moment of change, in a moment of growth, and a lot of ownership. She's like, this is my life, I'm going to do what I want, this is my life. Yeah. was nice. I like it. It was nice. A lot of women today. A lot of women. A lot of women. Let's see next Wednesday if we can, if there's going to be much more guys. But yeah, guys. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to try to do the live stream for Friday because on the weekend I'm not going to be able to do them. So yeah, I'm going to move it to Friday. This Friday. Probably it's going to be at 2 or 3 p.m. So yeah, I'm going to create a community post so you can leave the potential topic that you want to discuss about counseling. With I want to also bring the tarot. So we can talk about, what is going on in the industry, what you guys want to talk about, or what you guys will want to have like a deep dive in about how we can transit all these things that are happening or that are going to be happening, and how do we navigate these in these moments of a lot of uncertainty, a lot of exposure, a lot of content, people talking about certain things, opinionating, opinions here, opinions there. But let's just focus this on ourselves and what we can get out of this because as a consumers, or as, also as um, part of the audience, I would say, we have the potential to be like, okay, this I will not consume, this is too negative, or this is not what I need right now. So yeah, bye. So I think that we need to make certain adjustments as a society, or not as a society, as a community. I would like to think about certain things that are not, is besides wasting our time, we are wasting our energy, and also is playing with our minds. Sometimes there's, when you expose yourself to um, mobbing mentality, the mentality of a group, or the mentality of others, or other people online trying to tell you what to think about certain things. I think that we are all adults and we can all get to an agreement about what is right and what is wrong. And if you are lost, maybe, hearing what we have to say, it can help you, it can guide you. But we do have to come up with tools to prepare ourselves for these kind of, moments, because I believe there's more to come. There's more to come about a lot of things. So, this industry is about this. I guess that we know this. Yeah, this is the end, Rafi. I guess that we know this. We know, we feel it in the air, that there's going to be a lot of chaos. There's always chaos in the Korean industry. So instead of, us thinking like, oh, what is going on with them? I want to know what is going on with them. What is going on with us as a community, that we are, stuck in that, because it's morbid sometimes. It's not like, oh, I'm learning something new. No, it's more of the same. It's more of the same, and it's going to be continuing. So, what do we do um, when it stops being fun, or it stops to be entertaining, and these are very sensitive times, and I think that we should talk about it. Yes, Friday. Yeah, I'm going to pick three subjects. If you guys want to leave it in the comment section, I was thinking that we should if there's free subjects, because then I'm going to pull cards for, if there's some other Pisces idols or some other news, or you can still request readings as well, because I'm going to do the readings. But first, we're going to start with these three topics that I want us to expand on that, to talk about it, how we feel about these things that are going on as a community. This is why I would appreciate if you formulate a question, or if you want to open up this topic, please do it from a place of expansion, so a lot of people can connect with this, and not from a place of like, I think that this is what is going on, or I seen this, or I know that this is what is going on. Like, no, because it's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's more about this issue, or this that keeps happening in this, in this, you know it makes you feel uncomfortable, it makes you feel uneasy, it's not cool, it's harmful sometimes. And and I think that we could open it up, and then it can develop in different sides, but always respectfully, please, always with respect. Let's not go with the, my bias would never, because if we all go from the, no, my experience is like, it's not about the I, it's more about the we. I hope I'll be able to come. Looking forward to that one. Do you have an idea already about certain topics yourself? um I don't know. I think that, look, today at the beginning, we, of course, we had to address the elephant in the room of, what is going on with, this actress, that she passed away, and now, these things are coming up about her relationship with this actor that I had read for him, this actor, and everyone is talking about it. And I did talk, but it got a very, very depressive, very depressing. It's a very depressing subject, and we probably will never have the answers, since one of the parties is gone. But I think that it's not about like, oh, what happens with them. It's more about, this that is going on, this situation. Um, it's shocking. It's shocking. And it's not like we don't see it coming, because I think that there's part of an unconscious part that we are like, I know someday something is going to explode and we're going to hear something. So why, why, like, like, why some people get it more than others, or why some people are more affected than others. Yeah, yeah, that one is good, Chachalino. I like it. Can you please save it for the? Can you please copy paste it? Like, can you write it down? So then when I do the community post, I will do it tonight, the community post. Okay, yeah. Because I think that that's also very, yeah, yeah. I think that that's a great topic. I like it. I like it. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Because something I had been feeling a certain way. Um, because I know I read for certain K-drama ships, and that usually when it had passed like a year or something, and nothing happens between these people, or nothing is confirmed, I'm like, let's move on. This is not going nowhere. Even the cards are like not saying much. Um, and I get bored. Um, But I remember um, that in the last weeks, I had been reading people being like, "Can you read again for the Queen of Tears actor and the actress, these two," and all the time them, all the time them, all the time them, and I never responded to these um, to these recommendations, but I read it. And I'm like, I don't want to read for them again. I felt like I didn't want to. When you feel like this rejection of like, that's enough. That's enough. Like, no. Like, and usually it doesn't happen to me. Like, I don't know if it's because I was a bit fed up, or I was a bit, like I told you guys, I wanted to introduce change into the channel, and I always see the same names, and I get this, I guess, this anxiety, and I feel like, no, I don't want to read about that again. I don't want to become that channel. When you become that is always about the same people, that is always about the same niche of people. I'm like, no, the industry is so huge. We can expand so much, read about certain great artists, and expand so much about different people. Why always these two? Um, and and even when I did this 2025 reading for him, for the actor, for Kim Suhyun, if you hear the first minutes that of introduction that I did for the reading, I said something like, "Oh yeah, because I know there's people that have been asking for me an update for him and another person, but I decided that I want to read for him only because I believe that it's more interesting to read for him." It was my first reading of 2025 to read for him. I decided to read for him, and yeah, that's what I saw back then. But I even said it, like I had like this strong refusal. I was like, I'm not reading for them too, because the vibe, she was like dealing with someone different, but there's something about people being like, no, because it's about them, it's them. If there's someone in the reading, it's like, it's her. So I was like, I felt this need of like, no, no. So yeah, no more shipping readings in my channel. I'm going to lose a lot of followers or potential followers. I don't care. No more shipping readings. And if you guys see some potential ships in here, just give me a heads up. Let me know. No, this is a ship. I will not read it. But if it's friendship, work, relationship, dynamic, I'm open to do it. But not shipping readings. Not shipping readings. Yeah, they got popular. Yeah, like because of course, my channel is about tarot, so you know, it is important to also take trending topics, like what everyone is talking about. I want to read also for that, so I can get views as well. So I can get the retribution. But and there's some readings that I did about very famous people that are very fun, are very fun. But I don't know what is it about some Korean actors that I don't feel in my I don't want to say, because I'm not a psychic, I'm just a tarot reader, but I'm going to tell you how I feel personally. I read for them and their co-stars or whoever, and I don't feel nothing. I don't feel nothing. I feel like it's no, because I'm worried about my next project, and I'm looking for my next project, and I'm rehearsing for my next project, and I cannot wait to, it's all about me, 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 me. And it's not like, oh, because I had a great experience with this person. Like, they are not even looking at each other. So for me, reading for certain actors, and even, I even said this once in the live stream. I said it, that for me even reading for the ones that look like they are the nicest guys, they are the worst for me. And it's not that I get a creepy vibe, because that's one thing that I'm going to be honest. Like, even when when I read for Tail for Gemini season last year before the scandal, I didn't see any clues in the cards that he was going to do something or he was doing something. I didn't see that. I actually see that he was going to have a great year and he was going to get what he wanted. So maybe he wanted to quit NCT or he wanted to quit SM. This was his chance and this was his happiness, his happy ending. Um, but I cannot say like, oh, because when I pull the cards, I see who is a creep and who is not. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know. Like if there's someone that sees it, I would applaud the person that is able to see it and be like, guys, you should be careful of this person. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, big decision about shipping. Yeah, Daily Motion or Billy Billy. I have told people off. Jasmine Jemins. Yeah, the readings are also a momentarily view of the people, right? How are you supposed to know it has to come? Yeah, but I don't know. The one that I think that I feel the most sensitive about until this day, that I do feel very sensitive about, is the reading that I did for Astro Moonbeam. That reading I really like. That I know a lot of people rewatch it after what happened, and they were like, "Oh, because there was the death card in there." No, but it wasn't about that. This is why I also deleted the one that I had about this actor and Kilseron when she posted the picture, because at the end the death card also was present. But I don't want people to be like, "Oh, because you got the death card, so it meant no, no, guys. It doesn't mean literally like something's going to happen." But I remember that even though the cards weren't showing something specific or bad about his condition or his health, I just saw something. I saw something, and I had this feeling in me that that he had a pain or something that it wouldn't go away. It's like something nervous in the nervous system, that it was like there or there. It was insisting, and he would act like it wasn't there, because he was so excited for the new things to come. And after there's one of the readings that actually is still up. Um, and it's not because people are watching it or people go back and watch it. It's just because I feel like you know I picked something of his energy in that moment. You know that it had to do with his humane self, because I also think that reading for these famous people, it may be difficult for me um, to really see through what they want to show me, because their job is to pretend, to play pretend. Their job is to play like they are something else or someone else, or they are something that they're not. So every time I read for them, maybe they are showing me their persona. They're not showing me who they really are inside. And I have to go deeper, and I have to see deeper, and I have to work on my intuition to see beyond what is being shown to me. And I think that that's also a great exercise for me. This is why I'm always asking you guys to give me a feedback about what I read, because I have a great community that sometimes you guys come back to the readings and you're like, you said this. And for me, it's not like, oh, I predicted this. No, I don't care. I don't care about predictions. Um, but I think that what makes me happy is that when I read for certain people or idols that are in hiatus, that they are struggling, that they are in a bad place, when I see that there's going to be a light outside the tunnel and that things are going to be okay, and I can say this to the fans or I can say this to whoever is asking, um, and then they get out of that problem or they are able to make a comeback and be successful or be healthy. For me, that's what I feel the happiest, when I'm able to be like, don't worry guys, it's going to be okay, because at the end I think that that's what I can give you the most, if I see a possibility, if I see an option, if I see an open door. And if I don't see it, also to say it, of course, I try to be as honest and transparent about what I see. But um, my goal is not to, discover someone else's secrets and be like, oh, I see this and this is happening and this is what is happening. But yeah, reading tarot is a very unpredictable tool because you don't control what you see. And I also sometimes don't control what I say. Sometimes I just say things and I'm not thinking like, oh, I have to say this. No. Sometimes it just comes out of my mouth. And sometimes I don't even remember I said certain things. With clients, it happens the same. Sometimes I say things or I give them a feedback and I'm not like thinking like, oh, I'm going to sound smart right now and I'm going to give them this uplifting message. No, it's just what comes out of my being, of my soul. I don't know, call it intuition, I don't know, but I feel like I need to say it. So since you cannot control it, I think that we are just seeing. And when I say this, I'm saying this for me and maybe for other tarot readers that also has been reading for this man, for this girl. These are very confusing times, and we sometimes take recommendations and we do the readings, and sometimes people get upset at us. Oh, why are you reading about this, or why are you saying this, or why? And we just took a recommendation that you guys did. So yeah. Yeah, no, it wasn't about Jenny. No, no, not Jenny. No, sorry, I must have mispronounced. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's a whole process, guys, and also feeling like I'm also a fan. I have um, I have my attachments also to my biases. To people that they ask me. For example, they ask me about BTS. BTS readings. Oh, can you read for this member? I love BTS. Like BTS are my first group. I love them. And I'm also excited to read for them. Like, I cannot wait to read for them. I had so much fun when I read for them before they went to the military. I had so much fun reading for them, and I cannot wait to see them again or to see some members, coming back, so I can read for them and I can read for the group. But at the same time, I think that it's not. I don't want to interrupt this personal moment of them as men and be like, oh, this is what is going on with their energy today. Like, let's leave them alone. And I miss them, and I cannot wait for them to be back so I can read for them because, I'm not an army, but I miss them. I miss their energy. They are really good guys. Like every time I read for them, I mean, for me, all idols are good guys. I cannot say like um, I don't feel a bad energy from idols. Never, never. It's just that sometimes some of them are pushed to certain extremes of exhaustion, of, they are overworked. They also get annoyed at their own fans because they're human and they're tired of always be doing what they're told. But I always feel better reading for idols than actors, I must say. And this, I said it before. I said it that for me, reading for actors, it felt a bit like I really struggle a lot with what I see, what I express, because they are not that emotional. They are not, this acting is their work. So they are not thinking about like, oh, I really like this person that is seated next to me and that we have sexy scenes and I think that she's cute. No, they are thinking that, they are freezing and they cannot wait to go home. Just like this. Yes. I enjoy the military breaks. They should get some time just for themselves, even in the spiritual way. I do in one time I wasn't. Yeah, that's why also you guys have to also like exercise your own intuition. Your intuition is always going to save you from very uncomfortable and even dangerous moments. So listen to your intuition, not to the point of getting all paranoid about like, oh, this person is going to break my trust and this one is going to lie to me and this one is going to hurt me. Like, let's not go through life like this, because when it comes to perceptions and energies and, intuition, sometimes it depends on our mood and it depends on what lens we are looking things through. It has to do with how we're feeling that day. If you're feeling moody or if you're feeling extra sensitive, maybe, there's something else, and you saw someone or someone did something or moved a certain way that you think that is menacing. And oh, it's my intuition. So, yeah, let's use intuition and perception, but yeah, use it, especially women. Men also have it, of course, but women have it. Women, because we need to do it in order to survive. So if there's a group, if there's someone that you're like, I'm not, I'm not feeling this group, or there's something about them that I don't like. It's not for you. Don't force it. Don't force it. Just don't. Just use it always. Intuition never wavers, in my opinion. If it tells you something over and over again, is intuition enough here? Yes, yes, yes. And do not let other people tell you also how to feel. If you feel a certain way, it's your experience. No one can judge it. Everyone has an opinion about your life, but the one living your life is yourself. So if you're like, I don't like this, I'm not vibing with this, I will go. I will go away. Just do it. Just do it. This is why, I had also been working on myself, that I've been telling, well, after I had this incident with the door and all the movement, the logistics that I have to do in order to be in a better place. But, there's some unexpected issues. But I told you that it all comes around the same period. That is, I am thinking about, because professionally my field is sort of like, is it expanding, is growing, thank God. But also I think about the channel, and it's my responsibility to question my own content or to question why I do what I do and how can I be better for my audience. Because I don't want to give you the same of the same of the same. And I don't want you guys to feel obligated to be like, oh yeah, because, Vanessa is on a live stream and I'm always on a live stream. So I guess I will be because, she needs me to moderate or to be there to say hi. Like, I don't want you guys to, of course, that is you don't expect that it's always going to be about you. Of course, I have a lot of people. Sometimes I do pay attention to some. Sometimes I don't read comments because I'm reading and I want to finish faster or fast. And sometimes I'm like, guys, I cannot read. I have this issue with this tablet that is killing my eyes. But well, my battery is running out. All the problems that I have, technical ones. But I'm also thinking like, how do I keep getting the people that have been following me to come back? You know, because you do come back for a good time, or you do come back to connect, to have fun, to maybe to disconnect from the drama of your everyday life. And I'm thinking like, I have to introduce change. I cannot be, yeah, it's been a great year. I cannot deny it. It's been great, but we need to be greater. We need to be greater. We need to be greater. Yes, yeah, with LCD. Uh, um, yeah, a lot of people have that. Yes, a lot of people feel the same way that Akira does. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I have it's very odd actually that what Akira is mentioning. My army friend, that she's Mexican as well. This is why I'm like, is this some kind of coincidence? But I remember she mentioned this person that you mentioned, and she was like, I don't like her attitude. Like I seen something of hers, and I don't like her attitude. I don't know what is it that she saw, but she's like, from that day on, I couldn't. But she mentioned that person. Yes, yes. And I'm like, wow, like I'm sure it's not a coincidence. But yeah. Just that that's also fair, guys. Mm, yeah, my friend said the same. That attitude, she was like, no, she had that attitude, I didn't like it. And I was like, oh wow, like, but she had also her reservations about the group because of the age. When they debuted, she was like, aren't they too young to be singing this? And yeah. Mm. No, but I'm sure she had certain there's moments that, from what my friend said, there's moments. I don't know if she's looking at the camera or if she's talking to other people, and there's this mannerism, I guess, that she's like, and I thought that it was just her. I was like, oh, well, that's. I didn't see it because I don't follow them that much. I don't see them, but she saw it, and she told me that it is not because of what is going on today. She told me that she saw it earlier in her career, something like that. Mm. Yes. I made the rule for myself to not stand groups with minor idols. It has been the best decision I made in years. Yeah, yeah. I feel so bad because I do like Sakuya of NCT Wish. He's so cute. He could be my son. Of course, it's not like I feel attraction towards him. I just find him cute, and I'm like, oh, I like all his TikToks and everything that he does because he's so Gen Z. He's so Gen Z. He's a 2007 liner, guys. So he's super young. He's so young, but he's so cute that I'm like, this will be literally my baby because he could be my son. Very like, just he could be my son. Um, but yeah, I find him cute. Yes, I will tell her. Yes, I will tell her. Yeah. This why you gave me a deja vu. When you said it, I was like, she said the same. And it's not like, oh, it was another person. No, it's the same person. We all have a baby somewhere. Yes. Yeah. But I'm glad that this could be my baby. Like, not like you babying idols that are grown up. No, this is like a literal baby. Also, one group, talking about not being minors, but one group that I didn't stand back then, but I'm waiting for all of them to be back, and I hope they release music very soon. I'm going to become a Monsta X fan because I love their old songs. Like I love them. They are sexy. They're beautiful. They look amazing. So I'm waiting for them to be back as a group, and hopefully they will bring sexy music again because I just like I didn't know much about them back then. I only knew that the fans would ask me for them, but now I'm like, I have to stay committed to them. I have to wait for them. Mom baby power. Yes, my baby turned 7 not long ago. The baby, the Pisces baby. Yeah. Most X, I have a bunch of songs on my Spotify, but don't know them. They're so good. Yeah, and also they're. I just can't with Minhyuk. Minhyuk is such a moon in Gemini that I'm like, if I have to share every clip of him being a moon in Gemini, I think that I will run out of space in my phone. But when they had this episode, they invited this tarot reader, and the tarot reader was like, you're really good at this, you could have my job. And actually, yes, because Minhyuk was actually looking, observing, interpreting the cards as the tarot reader was explaining them himself, and actually he got the interpretation right. And also the tarot reader was so generous because he was like, since you actually, what do you see here, and he was getting it right. So thank God that tarot reader also was so nice, but I definitely see that Michio could take my job. He could take my job. I love watching a man perform. It's so nice. I have a feeling my bias would be I am. He's cute. He's cute. No, my bias is Minhyuk. My bias is Minhyuk. And then maybe Shonu. Shonu and Minhyuk. But Minhyuk, it's like, he's not my type physically. He does remind me a bit of Lino, and I don't know why. But um, his personality is like, and I love how he gets his crazy eyes when he's talking about something that he's passionate about. Like, love him. Can you believe a Pisces Sun, Leo Moon cat pays attention and affection way too much? He's not even the type of cat you ignore and then wants attention. You'll never catch him. Yeah, maybe he's like the king. He's like the king. Like, don't stare at him too much. He's humble. He's humble. I like Shonu. I thought he was an Aquarius, but he's a Gemini, right? Yeah, he's a Gemini. He seems like a nice guy. I love that Shonu is like the type of man that he's so hot, but he doesn't know that he's hot. He's just acting normal. Yeah, Min Hyuk. Yes. Eternally confused about Jerry. Min Hyuk is a Scorpio one, yes. But yeah, Tommy is the cat, the Leo. Mm. Yeah, yeah. It takes a while. It takes a while, and probably that hurt. It doesn't leave us entirely, but we you do have a lot of love to give to other animals, so let's welcome that. Keep your heart open. Don't close your heart. Your heart. You have a lot of love to give. And there's a lot of poor animals that need love, a roof. Just keep giving them love and a lot of treats. But yeah, there's some things that you know we cannot. I get paranoid about Kali all the time as well. Um, Sometimes I'm thinking like, oh, is she sick? Is she hurting? Um, but I guess I get um, very on alert because of what happened to Loona. So I associate everything to a potential disease, and I don't want her to suffer. But then I realized that this is a new cat. This is another story, and I have to differentiate that. Shuru is 100 daddy energy, but he doesn't get it. Yeah, he doesn't get it. He's the one that you're like, you don't see how handsome you are, right? Yeah, we're worried. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed this. Sometimes I'm thinking, I'm like, thank God I don't have children of my own because I would be super paranoid about diseases and about them getting hurt. I don't know. I think that also I have to work on this, on these fears, on getting fixated on certain events, and having fear because one thing that I do notice, and also talked about this with the bed about Kali is that Kali is very energetic. She is a cat that probably she's going to have, she's going to hit herself somewhere. She's going to probably not, but she could potentially be prone to have accidents because she's so fast, because she's so wild, because she's jumping and climbing things all the time, and she's fighting it all the time. So there could be potential risks for her. So I cannot be behind her and lock her inside a room so she doesn't get hurt because she's going to get hurt anyways. It's part of her experience. She needs to learn to regulate her own energy, and at the same time she is a destroyer. She has that inside of herself. She is fearless, so I cannot change that in her DNA. Maybe it's because I'm used to very chill cats, cats that are more like mature and just like they love to sleep. And Kali is the opposite. She's like a thunder. She's like a tornado of chaos where she destroys everything. So for me, it's like I want to tame her. I want her to be more calm, but she's a baby as well, so it's part of her. I have to accept her for what she is, and not compare her with Loona. mm, you can try Nervosil. It comes from them a bit. Mm, mhm. She will come down with age. Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but yeah. Ah, okay. A grown cat is showing in my house, and so he probably gets sterilized and become one more. I will introduce him someday. Oh, okay, guys, I'm going to go because my back is hurting me. Because I don't know why I forgot to put my pillow in here, so my back is hurting. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the recommendations, for the chat, for the nice exchange. It has been a very heavy week, in the Korean entertainment as an overall, and yeah, they are not K-pop idols, but everything is related. I read for them sometimes, so we are involved in this, like even when we don't want to. So yeah, let's stay positive and let's wait for an outcome as well, because this is not over. But yeah, let's see what we can make as a community, how we can get out of this, how we can be better ourselves. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on Friday, okay? I believe I'm going to be on 2 p.m. my time, okay? Bye.